Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of January 9 to 23 hint that Bill Hamilton and Thomas Navarro will conspire, as Naomi Hawthorne keeps a BRCA secret. Before CDL dives into the drama in Fairmont Crest, fans need to be alerted to a special episode. Inside the Gates will air on Monday, January 19th, and will offer fans a unique perspective on Season 1 storylines. BTG's series regulars will gather on the set of the Dupree Mansion's living room and talk about all the highs and lows each of their characters endured during the first year the show was on the air. It'll be a bit of a roundtable discussion as the actors and actresses who make up the CBS soap talk and almost relive some of the highlights during Season 1. It'll certainly be a great way for fans to reminisce about their favorite moments from this first year, but also give newer viewers an opportunity to catch up on storylines. Now, let's talk about what everyone can expect to see during the week of January 19 to 23. Beyond the Gates, viewers could sense during the Friday, January 16th episode that Naomi was lying about her BRCA test results. The Dupree family has been reeling since Anita Dupree announced her breast cancer diagnosis, and the next hammer dropped when Danny Dupree tested positive for the BRCA gene linked to the condition. Chelsea Hamilton happily announced on the January 16th show that she didn't have the gene, and it feels like Naomi lied to ensure no one had to worry about her. She likely does have the BRCA gene, but is covering it up. Over the next 5 days, Naomi will continue to keep this secret from the Duprees, and it sounds like she'll also lie to her husband, Jacob Hawthorne. Still, will she confide in Ashley Morgan? While on the topic of Ashley, she'll call out Derek Baldwin on his deception. During the January 16th show, Derek tried to cause issues between Ashley and her new beau, Grayson Perez, by running to her mom, Jan Morgan, and outing the nurse's new romance. Derek was obviously upset that Osley had moved on, but it looks like the nurse will put the firefighter in his place. But will he stay there? Back to Jacob, he'll argue with his dad, Police Chief Elon Hawthorne, and Detective Marcel Malone. Is this about a case? The two police vets might be apprehensive about placing him on an investigation. However, by the time the weekend hits, Jacob will start a new undercover mission. Meanwhile, Chelsea's new outlook on life, thanks to her test results coming back clear, will be a cause of concern for Dr. Madison Montgomery. Why will this rub the good doctor the wrong way? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Elsewhere, Nicole Dupree will get a shock from Vanessa McBride when she spills a scandalous secret. Is this about Dr. Kiel Rollins? As the week progresses, Beyond the Gates spoilers note that Vanessa will propose something to Kiel and then get accosted by someone else. It doesn't seem likely that Vanessa will try to seduce Kiel, as she's so smitten with Joey Armstrong. Still, will Vanessa try to push him and Nicole closer? Will Nicole be the one to accost her bestie for crossing a line? Speaking of Joey, he'll put his new business partner, Leslie Tomas, in her place. In addition, he'll also get some information from Elon. Is this about Jacob's new investigation? In some cryptic BTG spoilers, two couples will take their romances to the next level. Could Ted Richardson and Shanice Johnson be one of them? The two almost did the deed during the January 16th show, but Ted stopped them because he wanted it to be more special than just his office at the hospital. Leslie will confront Shanice about Ted as the days go by, so they may just hit the sheets. But with that said, who will the other couple be? Across town, Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of January 19th to 23 imply that Danny opens up to Bill and then makes an unexpected move. Will the two kiss again? Or more? Meanwhile, someone will corner Haley Hamilton. Could it be Tomas? The young lawyer overheard Haley talking about her plan to off Bill with cousin and co-conspirator Randy Parker last week. Will Tomas call Haley out? Still, as the weekend hits, Bill will pay Tomas to remain silent. Will Bill and Tomas cook up a plan to out Haley? In other news, Danny will also spend some time with Pamela Curtis, but it sounds like the friends will be laser-focused on work as they eye Isaiah Hawthorne. Will they approach him for a modeling gig? Finally, Sharon Winger will pay Anita a visit, and it sounds like the woman will lean on her articulate sister. Anita is having a hard time with her chemotherapy, so fans can expect some feel-good moments between the two old friends. Beyond the Gates spoilers indicate that the week of January 19th to 23 will provide some incredible drama, so fans won't want to miss a single moment of the Fairmont Crest fun. Hey babes, welcome back to Gossip Delight. It's your girl Daisy, and trust me, today's tea is scorching, steamy, and absolutely unmissable. Buckle up, because we're diving straight into the drama. Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Monday, January 19th, 2026. A special episode that pulls back the curtain on Beyond the Gates with commentary from the actors as they relive their storylines, including all of Season 1's explosive affairs, shocking cons, and family secrets. Join your favorite actors as they talk about their experiences and storylines that have rocked Fairmont Crest, revisit moments that pulled us in and showed us what it means to go behind the gates. Normal episodes will resume on Tuesday, 20th January, 202-6. Just a hint of what to look forward to on Tuesday? Okay then. Joey puts Leslie in her place, and that, I'm sure, will go over well. Enjoy the weekend, soap fans, and see you all on Monday. Make sure to check out The Scoop and the next week's sneak peek for a deeper look into what's to come this week and what you have to look forward to from your favorite characters and not-so-favorite characters in the DMV. The Beyond the Gates Spoilers weekly update for January 19 to 23 features Jacob going undercover. Vanessa hits a bump in the road when she's accosted. Haley feels cornered. Who or what makes her feel that way? Monday, January 12th. Episode number 207, the Dupree sisters got their test results. Nicole's BRCA gene test came back negative, while Danny's was positive, which is why Nicole comforted Danny while feeling a whole lot of guilt. Once Bill heard the news, he raced over to Danny's place to comfort her. Andre eventually had to draw a line in the sand and let Bill know that comforting Danny was his job now, as Danny's husband. Naomi turned to Ashley for help scheduling her and Chelsea's BRCA gene tests. Ted and Carlton had a long overdue chat, during which Ted admitted to his friend that he was moving on from Nicole. While it still hurt to see his business partner and his longtime friend with his ex-wife, he knew that Carlton was good for Nicole. Tuesday, January 13th. Episode number 208. Anita returned home from chemo and immediately discovered that Vernon had lied to her. Their daughters had learned the results of their BRCA gene tests. Nicole was negative and Danny was positive. Anita couldn't wait. She headed straight over to Danny's, where she comforted and consoled her daughter. She also apologized for passing on the gene. Danny knew she had nothing to apologize for. The Duprees rallied around Danny, while Nicole spiraled. Uncharacteristically, she got drunk, and Carlton took care of her. Meanwhile, Jacob and Elon had a heart-to-heart, during which Jacob opened up to his father about what was going on with Naomi's family. Naomi played matchmaker of sorts after Ashley accepted a date with lab tech Grayson Perez. Thanks to Naomi, coffee became a double date at Uptown. Although Ashley and Grayson flirted over a drink, they then left to go back to her place. Wednesday, January 14th, episode number 209. After he threatened Leslie, Joey consulted with Bill on a legal matter, the free clinic he planned on funding with Ms. Tomas. Meanwhile, Haley continued to enact her deadly plan. She added some of that toxic concoction to herbal tea and encouraged Bill to drink it. Speaking of toxic and deadly, Leslie and Marcel had some fun in her hotel room. It involved her playing around with his gun before they got down to business. Vanessa helped Nicole nurse her hangover while Pamela showed up for her bestie at the country club. She supported Danny, who told her about her mom and her own positive BRCA gene test results. Thursday, January 15th. Episode number 210. Danny visited Bill at his office to thank him for his support for her and their daughters. Haley expressed her displeasure at Danny hugging her husband, and a minor clash ensued. Ted revealed the details of the crisis the Duprees were experiencing to Eva. He suggested that maybe this could be a good way for her to offer support to Kat, but he also knew how Kat treated her. Eva tried, and Kat basically told her where to go. Meanwhile, Kat and Samantha showed up at their grandmother's to support her, and Anita overdid it. She reached her limit. Jessica had a proposition for Tyrell. If she had to be part of this whole cotillion business, she wanted him to be her escort. Ashley updated Naomi and Shanice about her date with Grayson. It went well after she left Uptown. Friday, January 16th, episode number 211. Chelsea had major news to share with her family. She got her test results back. She was not a carrier of the BRCA gene. Naomi decided she wanted to focus on Chelsea's good news rather than find out hers. She felt pressured by Jacob, and when she finally checked her results, she said there was nothing to worry about, but she gave off a weird vibe. She may have lied. After Eva's clash with Kat, Isaiah comforted Eva. Things heated up between Ted and Shanice in his hospital office, but they put a stop to it. Ted felt he wanted to make this special, so he asked her out to dinner. As for Derek, he spotted Ashley flirting with Grayson and didn't like what he saw. He called up Ashley's mom and met her out. He broke the news that Ashley was already seeing someone, which didn't make her happy. Jan rushed over to the hospital, where she confronted Ashley about why she hadn't told her she was seeing someone. Here's your Beyond the Gates weekly recap for the episodes that aired January 12th, 16th, 2026. On Beyond the Gates, Nicole comforted Danny over her testing positive for the BRCA gene mutation, but she dealt with her survivor guilt by getting drunk in front of Carlton. Vanessa challenged Nicole to bring Carlton out on a double date with her and Joey. Bill rushed to Danny's side when he learned that she had been revealed to carry the gene variant, sharing her worry that Chelsea and Naomi might also have inherited it. However, Andre put Bill in his place for fussing over his ex-wife when he had neglected her while they were married. Tomas overheard Haley telling Randy that she wanted to step up her plan. Haley alienated Bill by making light of Danny testing positive for the mutation. Bill gave Haley the silent treatment until he learned that she had reached out to Naomi. After receiving advice from Andre, Ted made peace with Carlton and accepted the fact that Nicole was moving on with him. Shanice and Ted nearly made love in his office, but he put a stop to it in favor of asking Shanice out on a real date first. Knowing how much it would mean to Ted, Eva offered a new olive branch to Kat, who promptly rejected it. Isaiah comforted Eva, telling her it was Kat's loss. Ashley pulled some strings to get Naomi and Chelsea in for their BRCA tests sooner. All she had to do in exchange was to go out on a date with the lab tech, Grayson. Ashley quickly ditched her double date with Naomi and Jacob in favor of taking Grayson home to her apartment. Derek found out from Jacob that Ashley was seeing someone new and blabbed to Jan, who was concerned that Ashley was moving too fast. After Leslie resisted naming the clinic after Doug instead of naming it after herself, Joey went to Bill to put legal protections in place to keep his volatile partner in line. Vanessa was stunned to learn that the clinic would bear Doug's name, while Joey recalled that Vanessa was only a widow because of him. Marcel and Leslie had another encounter, before which Leslie toyed with Marcel's gun. Jessica decided she would only participate in coming out as a debutante at the cotillion if Tyrell agreed to be her escort. Although she was already worn down from her chemotherapy, Anita allowed Kat and Samantha to visit, but quickly realized it was going to be too much for her. Regardless, Anita couldn't be stopped from seeing Danny when she found out her daughter had inherited the BRCA gene from her. Chelsea tried to keep herself busy while waiting to find out if she had tested positive or negative, while Naomi didn't want to confide in Jacob about it. Jacob worried that Naomi was shutting down again. Elon supported Jacob and asked him to let Naomi know that she could lean on the Hawthorns. After Chelsea discovered that she was not a carrier of the BRCA variant, Naomi lied that she wasn't either and tried to distract everyone with a party. Jacob got Naomi to admit that she simply wasn't ready to view her results, but after Danny caught Naomi in her lie about being negative, Naomi agreed to check her status, only to put on a smile despite clearly being bothered by what she saw. Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of January 19th to 23 indicate the CBS soap will gather its cast to have a roundtable discussion to talk about what's happened in Fairmont Crest so far and what's to come. Beyond the Gates just released its promo video for the week of January 19th, a little earlier than usual, and CDL has the scoop. As of this writing, it's unclear if all 5 episodes next week will center on the cast talking about their characters and storylines, or if it'll be a one-off show. The discussion will take place in the Dupree Mansion, on the couches. With that said, the Beyond the Gates preview starts with Clifton Davis and Tamara Tooney entering the Dupree family home's living room. Tooney begins by stating, This is the perfect opportunity to familiarize yourself with our characters and the stories we've been telling. Meanwhile, Davis notes, we'll be including all the secrets, all the lies here in Fairmont Crest. As Davis is talking, scenes of Keith D. Robinson and Daphne Duplay are revealed, as the two enjoy a chuckle on the couch. Then, a close-up of Marquita Goings giggling is shown, as well as Timon Kyle Durrett chatting, only to flash a Bill-esque smirk. Colby Natasha Nixon then asks her co-stars, "Am I the only one who is nervous here?" The camera flashes to Ronnie Rose Mantilla as she laughs at what Nixon has said. Then, a scene from Season 1 at Haley and Bill's wedding is shown, where Danny Dupree pulls a gun on the couple. Fans may recall the dramatic moment, and a close-up from the past clip has Nicole and Naomi Hawthorne looking terrified as Danny shoots in Bill's direction. Clifton Davis smiles and looks at Carla Mosley as he states, "Wild child," while she nods and notes, "I know." The preview progresses. With another old Season 1 clip where Martin Richardson and Vernon got attacked by Kenny and his brother on the side of the road. Claiborne tells his castmates in the roundtable, "Oh, how brave of a show to tackle something like that." Then, a past Leslie Thomas scene from Season 1 pops up, as Man Grant states in the discussion that she's having so much fun. As the preview wraps up, Davis appears once again next to Claiborne and Mike Manning. The veteran actor seriously exclaims, "If this secret were ever to go public, it would decimate the entire Dupree family." Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of January 19th to 23 hint that the show is going to do something out of the norm, as they provide insight into the dynamics backstage, while also giving fans a recap of Season 1, and teasing some dramatic moments to look forward to in Season 2. Beyond the Gates spoilers note that the show has partnered up with Know Your Lemons Foundation to highlight breast cancer health education, which aligns with Anita Dupree's current storyline struggle. More information on this below. BTG officially teamed up with Know Your Lemon when the storyline began airing about Anita's cancer diagnosis on December 15th. The goal of this arc is to present a realistic view of diagnosis and treatment, while also increasing awareness about early detection and having a proactive approach to medical care. BTG fans will see Anita experience all the side effects of the condition and chemo, from fatigue to mental exhaustion and hair loss. With that said, there's also the element of the genetic markers and ensuring all family members get tested. As of this writing, Danny Dupree has tested positive for the BRCA marker. Since Anita's diagnosis, the CBS soap has aired 2 public service announcements linked to the Know Your Lemons campaign. The first one took place at the end of the show's January 1st episode and featured Daphne Duplay and Carla Mosley. Breast cancer deaths have decreased by over 4% since 1989. There's still a gap of morality for women in the Black community. Lack of awareness and limited access to care are barriers, which is where Know Your Lemons comes in. The foundation is a not-for-profit that aims to improve early diagnosis of breast cancer globally. Their campaigns and app have connected with over 2 billion people around the world, assisting to make breast health information accessible. CEO and founder of Know Your Lemons, Dr. Corinne Ellsworth, released a statement about the BTG partnership, stating, "So often we don't learn about breast health until we have a breast problem." She goes on to say, "In partnership with Beyond the Gates, we can educate about the 12 symptoms of breast cancer and share an app that has saved many lives through early detection." Ellsworth added, "Including us in Anita's diagnosis is a meaningful way to raise awareness and encourage viewers to get screened and report changes with confidence." Pete. Creator and head writer Michelle Valjean and executive producer Tracy Thompson commented on the collaboration as well. "Our goal is to tell a story that raises awareness about the prevalence of triple-negative breast cancer and the importance of regular screenings to aid in early detection." They added, "Beyond that, we want to encourage and empower women to take an active role in their own breast health. You are your own best advocate." What are your thoughts on Anita's breast cancer storyline? Comment below. Watch the CBS Soap Daily for all the Fairmont Crest drama and visit CTS regularly for the hottest Beyond the Gates news, updates, and spoilers. Beyond the Gates creator, head writer, and executive producer Michelle Valjean is currently on a well-deserved vacation and staying at the Four Seasons. Still, work always seems to interrupt things, although this time, Valjean is likely loving it. Her show, Beyond the Gates, got nominated for 2 CU-NAACP awards while she was taking a break from the show. As such, the hotel did something sweet and delicious to acknowledge their guests' achievement. Beyond the Gates got nominated in 2 NAACP categories: Outstanding Hairstyling and Outstanding Drama Series. The second NAACP nod is the first time a daytime drama has ever landed in this category, which is quite an accomplishment. This type of thing deserves major applause, so while Valjean is on vacation, the Four Seasons thought of something super special to surprise her with. Valjean hopped on the social media platform X to show BTG fans and followers what the hotel did to celebrate her show's NAACP nominations. Valjean uploaded a photo of some desserts on a table, with what appears to be a framed photo of her behind a Beyond the Gates banner, along with a note from the Four Seasons assistant chef concierge, Malia Jost. Valjean's X caption read, "Look at this hilarious amenity from the Four Seasons. I love it here, #Beyond the Gates #BTG. Zeroing in on the photo, the note said, "Hola Michele, we could let this remarkable milestone pass without further celebration." It went on to say, "Congratulations once again on this extraordinary nomination. Please enjoy this fully edible chocolate frame created in your honor. All my best, Malia Jost." What a thoughtful and yummy gift idea for a woman who deserves all the accolades in the world right now. But, will Michelle end up eating the chocolatey masterpiece? Only one person can answer that question. How much do you love BTG? Comment below. Watch the CBS soap daily for all the Fairmont Crest drama and visit CTS regularly for the hottest Beyond the Gates news, updates, and spoilers. The family catastrophe related to health crisis on Beyond the Gates rattles the Dupree family as others related to them find themselves pulled into the drama. While the women feel anxiety about their predicament, the men strive to stand by them. Danny and Bill find their way to each other in these difficult times. Meanwhile, Bill and Joey chalk out plans for Doug McBride's clinic. Elsewhere, Naomi finds the stress too much to handle. The past few weeks on Beyond the Gates saw the aftermath of Anita's cancer diagnosis. Anita and Vernon told their daughters about the diagnosis and the treatment before chemotherapy sessions. Since this was an aggressive form of cancer, Nicole and Danny were advised to get a gene marker test done. Nicole's test results came out negative, while Danny tested positive. While relieved for herself and her daughter, Nicole rushed to comfort Danny. At the same time, Naomi and Chelsea realized that they must get tested as well. Chelsea reached out to Bill with the complete story. Bill rushed home to offer his support to Danny, ignoring Nicole's warning. However, when Andre saw Bill posturing with his former wife, he warned his rival off, threatening to create a problem. Elsewhere, Leslie set up a meeting with Joey and brought up the dead Doug McBride. She urged him to start a free clinic in Doug's name to honor the departed, to which Joey agreed. Meanwhile, Haley found her plans failing and ranted to Randy about the same. Unfortunately, Tomas overheard part of the conversation. The recent health scare for Danny made her vulnerable to wrong moves. However, she had most of her loved ones coming in to support her. That includes Nicole, Anita, Andre, and Bill. While Andre offered his shoulder and commitment, Bill rushed to comfort her after learning the news from Chelsea. As such, Andre took offense and showed Danny's former spouse the door. The upcoming episodes of Beyond the Gates will likely find Bill continue to offer his support and assurances to his former wife, ignoring Andre's warnings. In response, Danny will be seen leaning on Bill out of habit. Bill may use this situation to stand by his family and be their rock. He may also emphasize that this feels normal. Danny may drift more and more towards Bill, just like the previous family crisis involving Chelsea had brought the couple closer. On top of her marker test result, if either of their daughters tests positive, the parents will likely rush into each other's arms in anguish. Neither Andre nor Haley's words would make any sense to the worried parents. As mentioned before, Bill heard the Dupree family's cancer scare from his daughter Chelsea and rushed to Danny's home to hug her and comfort her. He also gave assurances to not let woe befall her. However, Andre took a stand and threatened to cause issues if Bill advanced towards his wife. The Beyond the Gates spoilers suggest that Bill may not heed Andre's threats. On the other hand, he would assure his family of having their backs in all problems. With his daughters, Naomi and Chelsea, slated to get tested for the BRCA gene marker, Bill will get together with Danny to comfort each other. Meanwhile, Haley will likely feel desperate to bring her plans to results. As such, she will continue to offer Bill the fatal tea, which the latter may refuse in these times. Elsewhere, Joey may ask for Bill's help with some project. Since Joey has agreed to start a free clinic to honor deceased Doug McBride, he may need Bill to join him. Alternatively, Joey may have some other scheme where he uses Bill. After standing by Anita's recent diagnosis, Danny's positive gene marker test results have shaken sisters Naomi and Chelsea. As mentioned before, Chelsea reached out to her father for his support, while Naomi had Jacob by her side. Jacob realized that Naomi was stressed out due to all the cancer scare in her family. As such, he suggested she go for therapy. However, Naomi dismissed the idea. The upcoming episodes of the CBS soap will see Naomi and Chelsea get tested and await the test results. This will decidedly cause much anxiety to the sisters. If either of them tests positive for the BRCA gene, Naomi will likely have a breakdown. In such a situation, she may heed her husband's advice and talk to someone. As fans already know, Anita tested triple negative for breast cancer and started her chemotherapy recently. Moreover, her daughters got tested for the aggressive gene, and Danny tested positive. The upcoming episodes will find Anita at the breaking point. After trying to fight for herself and standing up for Danny, Anita will be shaken to find one of her grandchildren facing the same health predicament. This will likely make her feel defeated. However, encouraging words from trusted people, including Vernon, will raise her hopes. The other storylines in the coming weeks involve Ashley's date with Grayson Perez, Eva's awkward situation, and the McBride siblings' return to town for the upcoming launch of Doug's free clinic. Here's what went down Friday, January 16, 2026, on Beyond the Gates. When Derek revisited his grade school days and played the tattletale, Eva got tired of her white flags getting stained, and Chelsea was positive about being negative. On Beyond the Gates, Eva refused Isaiah's affections because she was still too torqued off about Kat rejecting her latest attempt to reach out to her. Isaiah was sorry that Eva had been shot down again. Eva declared that she was done trying to connect to her bitch of a sister. Eva got quiet, and Isaiah encouraged her to open up to him, after which she conceded that she was also mad at herself. She had only gone to Kat because she'd known how much the gesture would mean to Ted, yet the move had proven her a naive fool. Isaiah recalled that Eva had expressed how much she had wanted a sister growing up. "Dumb, huh?" Eva scoffed. Isaiah felt that Kat was depriving herself of an incredible sister and counseled Eva to focus on the people who were happy to embrace her. Eva kissed Isaiah when he said he would be there for her. "I do love me some dark chocolate," Shanice said breathily, as she and Ted began taking off their clothes in his office. But when Ted's phone buzzed, it popped him back to reality, and he told Shanice that they can't do this. Shanice took that to mean Ted wanted to keep things professional, but the plastic surgeon clarified that Shanice was worth more than a quickie on his office couch. He mentioned the dinner package he had won at Winterfest and asked Shanice to join him at Obelisk, one of the town's fancier restaurants. She agreed and went back out to the nurse's station, declining to answer Ashley's questions about any relationship she might be having with Ted. However, to Shanice's horror, Ashley noticed that Shanice had her scrubs on inside out. At Orphe Jeans, Ted found Andre, who was prepping to work a photo shoot in New York. The shutterbug was loath to leave Danny in the wake of her learning she carried the BRCA gene mutation, and without her knowing if Chelsea and/or Naomi had inherited it, though he was aware that Danny had stipulated that they live their lives normally. Ted thanked his nephew for his words of wisdom regarding making things up with Carlton, and recognizing that Nicole was moving on with her life. When Ted said that he was now giving himself permission to go forward as well, Andre noted that Ted's whole vibe was brighter than it had been. Ted revealed that he had a date. Andre tried to guess the lady's identity and hoped it wasn't Leslie, but Ted adamantly informed Andre that his date was Shanice. Andre was happy for Ted as he reflected that, despite having worked with Shanice for years, he was seeing her in a new light. He found her thoughtful, insightful, and sexy. Ted knew it was far too early to get too hopeful, but he was looking forward to seeing what happened with the nurse's supervisor. Grayson had taken Ashley aside at the nurse's station and was telling her that she was gorgeous in her scrubs, and out of them. Unbeknownst to both of them, Derek was watching the flirtatious interaction. Once Ashley went on rounds and Grayson headed to the elevator, Derek followed the lab tech in and engaged him in trivial conversation, eventually asking Grayson how he knew Ashley. Grayson wasn't particularly forthcoming and turned the inquiry around on Derek, who said he had known Ashley for years without divulging their former romantic involvement. After parting ways with Grayson, Derek called Jan and had her meet him at the food court. Jan asked about Derek's work. He replied that he was still on desk duty, but that his next physical could indicate that he was ready to return to fighting fires. Jan excitedly talked about Owen, the man she had met on the cruise, and Derek used the opportunity to mention that she and Ashley clearly had a lot to talk about, given their expanding social lives. Jan was confused until Derek slipped that Ashley was seeing someone from the hospital and that they were being openly affectionate with each other. Derek allowed himself a slight smile when Jan suddenly announced that there was somewhere she had to be. Ashley was shocked when Jan arrived at the hospital, immediately confronting her about the new man she hadn't talked about. Jan was not pleased to hear Ashley admitting that she was just having a little fun. When Jan at least hoped that Ashley was taking things slow, Shanice audibly smirked. Ashley understood that her mother didn't want her to get hurt again, the way she had with Derek and Andre, but held firm that she was enjoying having new experiences. After Ashley stressed that she couldn't have such a conversation at work, Jan worried about her vulnerable daughter having rebound sex and promised that the chat wasn't over. At Danny's guest house, Kat complained to Chelsea about fake heifer, Eva making like she wanted to lend an ear. But Chelsea was more interested in letting her cousin know that she had tested negative for the BRCA gene mutation. The cousins were excited and grateful, but Chelsea said she couldn't fully relax until she knew that Naomi didn't carry the variant either. Naomi was still at the country club with Jacob, who was surprised that Naomi had been nice to Haley. After Naomi shrugged that there wasn't much point in continuing to engage in open hostility with her former friend and current stepmother, she received a call from Chelsea, who passed along her negative test result. When Chelsea wanted to know if her sister had received her own results, Naomi smiled that there was nothing to worry about and dreamed up an impromptu party at the club to celebrate. Jacob deduced that Naomi's results should be ready since Chelsea knew what hers had read and offered to access Naomi's health portal from his phone. Instead, Naomi jumped up to tell Bill that Chelsea was in the clear, though Bill thought it odd when Naomi claimed she hadn't gotten her results at the same time as her sister. After Naomi wiggled her way out of Bill's questions and ran off to talk to the chef about the party, Bill picked up his phone to call Danny, which Haley advised against. Bill grumbled that Haley had no ability to respect that his life included his daughters, and yes, his ex-wife, especially considering the current situation. Haley countered that she simply was of the opinion that Chelsea should share her own news with Danny the way Naomi had. She also made the point that only Danny could relate to what Naomi and Chelsea were going through, since Bill wasn't personally affected by the BRCA gene. Bill quietly acquiesced by putting his phone away. Jacob tracked his wife down in the hallway, noting that she wasn't in conference with the chef as she said she would be. Naomi confessed that she had needed a moment to clear her head. Telling Naomi that he knew she was avoiding her test results, and him, he added that he felt destroyed when something was hurting her. Naomi let down her wall a bit and said that she didn't deserve Jacob. The lawyer went on to say that she hadn't been expecting the test results that day, and she didn't want to see them for the first time in a country club filled with people. Jacob understood and nodded that she could look at the results later. Danny and Chelsea joined Bill and Haley, with Danny and Haley exchanging semi-forced niceties. When Chelsea gushed about Naomi's negative result, Bill furrowed a brow, relaying his understanding that Naomi hadn't yet received her own outcome. Danny wanted to get to the bottom of the contradiction and found Naomi and Jacob in the hallway, remarking that she and Nicole had gotten the outcome of their tests at virtually the same time. Naomi shared with her mother and husband that she hadn't looked at her results yet. She just hadn't been ready. Danny remembered how Naomi had been with her when she'd learned that she'd tested positive and wanted to be at Naomi's side no matter what her own results were. Naomi saw that not knowing was killing Danny and logged into her patient portal to read what it had to say. Naomi's face fell, but she turned around and told Danny and Jacob that she was all good. The trio joined the party, where Jacob made a toast to Naomi and Chelsea's continued health and strength. Naomi sipped her champagne, but kept a smile glued to her face. Beyond the Gates airs weekdays on CBS and streams on Paramount+. On Monday, January 19th, the show will be running an installment featuring cast interviews. Regular episodes will resume Tuesday, January 20th. Beyond the Gates spoilers suggest the CBS soap has released its preview for the week of January 19 to 23, a little early, and there are some interesting moments ahead. What's set to unravel in Fairmont Crest over the next 5 days? Read more below. The Beyond the Gates promo for the week of January 19th opens with Tamara Tooney and Clifton Davis walking into the Dupree family mansion's living room. Tooney notes that, "This is the perfect opportunity to familiarize yourself with our characters and the stories we've been telling." Davis adds, "We'll be including all the secrets, all the lies here in Fairmont Crest." As he says this, clips of Daphne Duplay and Keith D. Robinson are shown laughing, a close-up of Marquita Goings smiling, as well as Timon Kyle Durrett talking and looking a little serious as he gives a smirk. From the sounds of it, the show is hosting a special cast roundtable, which takes place in the Dupree mansion, on couches. The cast will be talking about their characters' past, behind-the-scenes stuff, and potentially Season 2. It's unclear if this special will roll out for all 5 days next week, or if this will be a standalone episode. Colby Natasha Nixon pipes up during the roundtable on the BTG preview and asks, "Am I the only one who is nervous here?" as Ronnie Rose Mantilla reacts to her co-star with a laugh. A clip from Season 1, Hoiiki, where Danny pulls a gun during Haley and Bill's wedding, is then shown, with a close-up of both Naomi Hawthorne and Nicole watching in horror as she shoots in Bill's direction. This is when Clifton Davis exclaims, "Wild child," as the camera pans to Carla Mosley, and she smiles and says, "I know." As the Beyond the Gates preview progresses, past clips from Season 1 appear. They are the scenes from when Vernon and Martin Richardson got attacked by Kenny and his brother on the side of the road. Claiborne notes in the roundtable, "Oh, how brave of a show to tackle something like that." Trisha Mann Grant is revealed next, as she states with a laugh, "I'm having so much fun." A clip of Davis appears next, as he's in the cast roundtable, with Claiborne and Mike Manning sitting with him. Davis goes on to say, "If this secret were ever to go public, it would decimate the entire Dupree family." What is Davis talking about? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Are you excited about the week of January 1923? Share your thoughts. Tune into the CBS Soap Daily and check out CTS often for the best Beyond the Gates updates, spoilers, and news. Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of January 19th to 23 indicate some major moments in Fairmont Crest. Naomi Hawthorne will keep a secret, while Danny Dupree makes a stunning move on Bill Hamilton, and Tomas Navarro stays hush-hush. Find out more about what will go down on the CBS soap below. Beyond the Gates spoilers for the Monday, January 19th show reveal that the show will do something a little different. Instead of airing a regular episode, the daytime drama will pull back the curtain and broadcast a roundtable discussion with the BTG cast. From Clifton Davis to Carla Mosley, Tamara Tooney, and others, the actors and actresses who make up the soap will sit down to talk about their characters and storylines, reliving every spicy moment from their first year, and do a deep dive into each respective arc. It'll be a great opportunity for old fans to reminisce and new fans to catch up on things. Meanwhile, Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of January 19 to 23 imply that Naomi will keep a secret. It sounds like she's lying about her BRCA test results so as not to hurt her family, and fans could sense this at the close of the Friday, January 16th episode. While everyone will still be gathered at the country club during the Tuesday, January 20th episode, things will be awkward. And it looks like for the rest of the week, Naomi will continue to tell everyone she doesn't have the genetic marker that causes breast cancer. With that said, will she fill Jacob Hawthorne in? Will she confide in Ashley Morgan? Only time will tell. Speaking of Jacob, he'll have a massive encounter with Detective Marcel Malone and his father, Police Chief Elon Hawthorne. Whatever the reason for that, by the time the weekend hits, Jacob will be placed on an undercover job. Will he fight the two police vets to get this case? In other news, Chelsea Hamilton's new lease on life will rub her girlfriend, Dr. Madison Montgomery, the wrong way. Is there more trouble in paradise for these two? Across town, Vanessa McBride will shock Nicole Dupree with a scandalous secret. Does this have to do with Dr. Kial Rollins? It just may, as he'll be on canvas next week, and Vanessa will proposition the good doctor as the days go by. Could Vanessa attempt to play matchmaker with Kial and Nicole? The blonde will get accosted during the week of January 19th, so Nicole may confront her bestie for crossing a line. Elsewhere, Joey Armstrong will put Leslie Tomas in her place. If anyone can do this, Joey can, right? Joey will be a busy bee next week, as he also gives Elon some intel. What could this be about? Beyond the Gates spoilers for the midweek promise that two couples will take their relationships to the next level. So could Ted Richardson and Shanice Johnson do the deed? They just might, as Leslie will confront Shanice about Ted as the weekend hits. Ted and Shanice stopped making out in his office during the January 16th episode because he respected her and wanted to make it special. They planned a date, so there's a good chance the two will hit the sheets. If Shanice and Ted are one couple, who would the other couple be? While on the topic of Ted, he and Catherine "Cat" Richardson will fight once again about Eva Thomas. Dandre fans will be sad to hear that Danny will open up to Bill and then make a move that will shock everyone. What kind of move will she make on her ex? Here's hoping it's not a romantic one. While on the topic of Bill, someone will corner his wife, Haley Hamilton. Tomas overheard a very incriminating conversation she was having with Randy Parker, her cousin and co-conspirator, during the week of January 12th, 16th. Will Tomas confront her about it? Haley's days might be numbered, as Bill will pay for Tomas's silence. Will the young attorney run to his boss with the suspicions he has? Over at the Richardson-Smith household, Martin Richardson and Bradley "Smitty" Smith will be caught off guard by Tyrell Richardson's change of heart. While there was a time he didn't want to go to the cotillion, a beloved Dupree family tradition, now that Jessica wants him to be her escort, he's all in. Back to Danny. She won't only be making surprise moves on Bill. She and Pamela Curtis will have their eye on someone new in Fairmont Crest, Isaiah Hawthorne. Do they think he has model potential? Many fans do. Lastly, Anita will lean on Sharon Winger. Anita is struggling with chemo right now, so it'll be nice for her to get some support from an old friend. Are you looking forward to the week of January 19th to 23? Comment below. Watch your favorite CBS soap daily and check out CTS often for the best Beyond the Gates spoilers, news, and updates.